Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Well, Jim, got a real rough market, but it's still great to be able to communicate with people on the show.
Larry, now I'm sure your office is getting calls from concerned clients about how the markets are affecting your operations. How are things going there, and what do you expect to happen?
Well, it's we're getting calls and emails and all kinds of different communications on the market. Certainly, everybody's concerned. I don't think. I can only speak for myself, but I'm not concerned because I know how solid our technology is. And I know that we will come out of this on the other side looking better. But, the market is, with the coronavirus, has really taken on a life of its own, and which is actually, should I say, a death of its own. And, people are getting concerned. Our stock is, down about 40% from where it was. And that's not always a good thing. That's not a good thing at any time. And but we've got lots of company in that. Just about every other stock out there is trading in the same way. What makes this correction or this market slide different from anything else? Well, certainly the venture exchange has been affected very negatively. We're down below, I think we're at all-time lows right now. We've never had a real comeback from the 2011 slide after the uptick rule was removed. We're seeing that that Toronto can almost equal the losses in a day that the Dow has, and when the Dow's twice as high. So, that tells you something more about the fact that, that short traders are having their day in the sun. And, I look at the volumes on our stock, right up until Monday of this week, we were holding our own for the first week and a half of the, market correction. And, then we got hammered and hammered down to 11, 12 cents. We were down lower than that yesterday. And it's should people be concerned? Well, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you be concerned in a market slide like this? But what you have to look at is you have to look at the fundamentals of the company or the company stock that you hold. And if the fundamentals are good, that stock will survive and probably get better. Now, our fundamentals are solid. We've got, we're continuing with work. We're not, basically, if I was to put out a release today, just to generate more, probably short selling. And, I've been through that before in 2011 when good releases generated, 30, 40% falls in the stock. So, we're not at the heights that we were at that time, but, we're certainly getting bruised just like everybody else. But I'd like to assure everybody that this recycling thing, we talk around the world every day. This recycling thing is becoming more and more prominent out there, and somebody who has the magic pill for it, and we do believe that we have that, is going to be very, very prominent at some time this year. So, like I say, I'm not exactly losing sleep. Sure I lose sleep, but I'm not exactly worried about it. Just remember one thing: worry is debilitating, and we can't afford to be debilitated at this time. So Worry is something you put on the shelf, and you just keep plugging ahead and doing what you do, and you'll get through all this. So what I'm saying is basically if you look at the volumes in our stock, which have increased, you'll see that they're almost matched by the volumes on the OTC U.S. exchange where we trade. And so it tells me that probably 60% of our volume is arbitrage, which means that there's not as many people panicking and selling the stock as you might think out there, but the arbitrage is designed to move us down. And, if you know anything about markets, you certainly understand exactly what I'm saying. I know people don't like me to talk about predatory trading, but this is their day in the sun, and this is a perfect storm for them. So, we just have to fight our way through it and hope that, that some wiser heads take advantage of looking at this market and say, hey, we got to get the uptick rule back into Canada. I mean, this is crazy. And, everybody should be very upset. This is the time to be lobbying the exchanges and IRAP to IROC to basically say, hey, we got to do something and get the uptick rule back, because the stability of the economic markets in Canada are in peril. And they are. I mean, nobody wants to buy a Canadian stock. Nobody wants to do anything in Canada anymore. We've made it wide open territory for, people that don't have the best interests of the companies or the economy or anything else in heart. They're more interested in destroying it. So this is kind of a dilemma that we're in. Moving on the brighter side, we're continuing work on our with Metco, and I would hope that we'll have something out. There's a lot of interruptions that are going on with the coronavirus, and but we're maintaining our places at our desks in Surrey. So we will be putting out news as it comes forth, and I think there's a lot of stuff backing up in the chute that we'll be able to announce here very soon. We've had some very exciting times in some of our conference calls, and so I can say that is ongoing. And our success rate is ongoing. Our work on our patents is ongoing. So we're in good shape. Those patents really do put us in a strong position to recover in this market. So that's the message I want to leave with everybody, and I want them to know that it's not all just market action. You've got to realize that if I was a predator trading, I'd be creaming it for everything I could get, and certainly. There's billions of dollars being made every day on the predator side, and there's billions and billions of dollars being lost on the investor side. But that too will change, and sooner or later we will get a handle on the coronavirus and get on to business as usual.
Larry, can you give people a little thumbnail sketch of what American Manganese is all about?
Well, American Manganese is a critical metals company. It's developed patents in the manganese space for very low grades of manganese, and we use that as a cornerstone to start research and development of our battery recycling. We've had tremendous success, and we're very transparent about it so that people can see that the company what they're doing, and that everything's arm's length, that there's nothing being cooked in the background, and there's no way to actually fabricate any news on this. So and we've got this is being recognized out there. So We're traded on the, actually you can get information on us at our website, AmericanManganeseInc.com. We're traded on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY. We're traded in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF. We're traded in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. You can contact the company or myself here at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com, or give us a call at 778-574-4444.
Larry, thank you so much for the update.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on March 13th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.